This is Antidius. Antidius Kawamala. I am from Tanga, Tanzania. I am a GIS expert. You can say that as a monola said. So I will be taking you through the community mapping with Participatory GIS. I'm quite aware that many of us are aware of the GIS and the participatory thing, but I want us to see what has been done in Tanga and what has been done, what are the methodologies, what is the lesson learned, and what is maybe the sustainability plan that we have. So once again, welcome to my session. So about the initiative, the whole thing was about to promote the data-driven culture towards decision-making in Tanga as well as in other regions. So there has been, this is like an attempt for turning that concept. We want to use the data as a reporting tool towards decision-making tool. Digital data should be available for technological tool for usage efficiency. So according to the digital transformation strategy for Africa 2020 to 2023, argues that the digital transformation is a driving force for innovation, for innovative, inclusive, and sustainable growth. So when we started this journey, we thought of something that could be easily replicated to the other places. Like you can take the same methodology and replicate to your community or to your organization. So we have like three actors along the way. So we had the local youths, we have the university students, as well as we have the officials or the city council officials. And why the youth? It is because in Tanzania, more than 50% are under the age of 18. That is according to UNICEF, as well as over 70% of people are under 30. So you can see that we have so much potential in youth. So country-wise, the number of youth is way too large. So we decided to use the youth, so we trained them on the digital skills as well as frontier technologies. When I say digital skills, is that the local people or the youth should start using their smartphones to do like innovations, come up with innovations and different researches, apart from using the smartphones or using the digital skills to generate their income. Like right now we have Google, we have YouTube. So how do the youth utilize YouTube to get their own income? How do the youth utilize Google to generate their own income? That turns also to the university students. You know, on the university students are always theoretical oriented like trainings. So through the initiative, we are exposing uni students into practical trainings as well as different programs. As well as the city council officials, these are the ones who are shaping us towards the bureaucracy as well as the police. Also, it is witnessed that there is a disconnection among the data sharing across the departments and as well as their stakeholders. So seeing that as a problem, so we came up with like a platform where people would use the same platform to share, so contribute their data, so use the data as a reporting tool towards decision making. So what are our philosophies? Actually, our philosophy are open source. We use local knowledge as well as the whole process is inclusive. So when I say open source, what do I mean? And when I say the whole process is inclusive, and how do we utilize the local knowledge? That's where the concept of participatory GIS comes along. So we thought about the like the tools that would be easy to use to study, to improve as well as sharing. And open source came out like, okay, we thought that sharing, comparing between the open source and the proprietary source, we decided to choose like the open source because it is easy to study. Apart from that, it has got this like the long learning curve, but the documentation as well as it is easy to touch. When you get stuck to someone, there are different forums you can use like this GitHub and Slacks and the likes, as well as the open source are easy to use, to share, as well as to improve. So talking on the local knowledge, the local knowledge help us to easily utilize of resources. So having the local knowledge about a certain data, it is easy to use like the local people to identify where exactly a certain point is. So that help us to easily mobilize the resources as well as utilization of the resources. As well as we can use the local knowledge to embed with the technological innovations to help us identify unrecognizable features that help us in easy identification of the features on the ground. Also, we sit with different communities. We have community meetings so as to on the validation of data to see its relevance and how significant it is and how does it work on the local context. So talking of the inclusive part, because we are actually dealing with the local people and the local youth, so we had to bring the sense of ownership and make sure that the local people are actually owning these innovations and are belonging and also are participating in 100% of the towards the implementation of the projects, as well as the whole communities collaborating or is giving us their contributions of what has to be done and what has not to be done. Also, we are forming different alliance and affiliations on the ongoing projects or on the ongoing tasks, and that could be like the community-led organizations. That could be like the local organizations. So we are forming alliances with these already found organizations on the ground that are doing the same thing. So we don't want to start from scratch, but to use the already existing platforms so that we can build from something. Also, the whole process is mutual, emotional, and technical support. So we are not leaving anyone behind. We want everyone to be inclusive, also included in this great endeavor. So as you can see, this is the before and after the project, and this is actually the OpenStreetMap. So what we actually did using the local knowledge and the local people are the ones who are digitizing in collaboration with university students. The local people were equipped with the open source tools like QGIS, ODK, how to use margin clouds, and how to use like ID editor, Geosim towards digitizing the buildings. So they were using like the satellites, and so they had to digitize all the buildings. So you can see on the left hand, there is no building or less buildings, but on the right hand side, you have quite a number of buildings compared to the on the left side, as well as you can see the amenities, how the roads are being tagged. So you can see there is quite an improvement before and after the project. So the whole process has been inclusive. The whole process has been utilizing the open source. The whole process has been utilizing like the local knowledge of the people on how they're going to use the data. So now a person coming to Tanga can use the OpenStreet data like to do their research. Or like any person coming to Tanga can use the open source data or can use the data that is available to OSM, as well as this data is free for anyone to use. do the research, as you can see before and after the project. And then after here, I have to take you through we created like the system, or like the observatory, where people always like that's like the pool where different organization contributes the data to us, and we just make the data public, and then the public always use the data towards decision making. So if I may be allowed to end here my slide and go to the website so that you can see how the observatory works. Okay, so can we all see that the Tanga City Observatory? Hello.
Hi, Antidius. Yeah.
You can see that the Tanga City Observatory.
Yes. Yes, we can see. Yes.
Okay. So Tanga City Observatory is actually like the place where people can contribute data, can the GIS data as well as the non-GIS data. And these data are being used by different people as well as the city council officers towards solving their day-to-day activities. So we decided, we thought of creating like the use cases. So we have like 4 use cases. We have the spatial safety index, where all the data related to the safety of people as well as their properties are being received in this box. So all the data related to the solid waste management are being found here, as well as how to see the cities growing. So we have a quite number of maps, a quite number of data, quite number on the data of buildings, like what's the building use, what's the use of the building, okay, how many number of floors it contains, what's the number of floors it contains. So you can see all that, how does the city grows. So all the information can be found on the development control. So the last use case is public space, the development, where people with different interests on the public spaces to develop them. So this can be all found here. So Omola, maybe you will need to remind me. So if the time is running short, need to end my slide.
You still have like 5 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you. So also we have like the real-time section, where people like so if someone is working on a street and finds something is not working well, and then he has to report it, and then this comes and then it will be like the pop-up on the dashboard, where different people can just do the intervention from this side. As you can see here, someone has reported that at this point just occurred the marine accident, and at this point this is the building collapse, and at this point this was a land use conflict. So there are different social problems that are happening on streets, and people always report these. At first there was no means of reporting kind of data or kind of information. How are they going to be reaching to the officials to actual you use the data towards decision making? So right now, if someone has, if the city officials are using this platform, they can reach to any point that has been reported to any problem. Also, if they're having the problem of navigating, they can always change the background, use like the OpenStreetMap background. They can also use the hybrid map according to the use of let's say anyone who wants to use it. So we are not leaving behind the SDGs indicators. So to see how the community is performing, so you can see we have quite a number of things. So the Tanga City, or the Tanga City Observatory, has quite a number of interesting things. So if you would want to get to know what data it contains, you can download the data. You have the map section where you can integrate with the different layers, like you have the words, you have the plots, you have the buildings, and so on. So all the data are being public, and the public can just utilize the data. So now you can see how the data is being used from ordering a takeaway to planning for a vacation. So you don't have to be in Tanga to know what's going on in Tanga, but you can use the data for your own decision making while you are at your own bed, or while you are in different cities. So per se, there are quite a number of data and information that are being contributed through the participatory GIS. So if you want to get, if you want to collaborate with us, you can get involved. So you have to click here, and then you fill the form so that you can collaborate with us. Maybe if you have the data, you have to, or you are the data, or you have like any contribution, technical development things, so you can just reach out to us, and then we will get right in touch with you. So that being said, I have to go back to my slides and see and finalize the things. Okay, so that was the sustainability plan from 2020 to 2023. That is like the forecasted or the predicted services that are going to be delivered. Like, so we have the thinking that for the whole plan to be sustainable, we have to provide, like, there should be the digital services that are being provided from the many companies and the community radio organizations, such as OMAT and different organizations in a region. So they are going to be using like the same data to provide the digital services along the company. That's how the project is going to be sustainable, as well as to scale from Tanga to different regions. So that being said, I would like to return the mic to the moderator. So if there are any questions, I would like to get